Story 1. The Stranger. In the basement of Westridge High. I was 17, a senior at Westridge High School in Minnesota. Our school had a small lower level called Basement E, a renovated storage area that now held 2 classrooms and 1 restroom. There were no intercom speakers down there, so we often missed morning announcements. That day, we had a geography quiz. I finished early and texted my friend Logan Parker, who was in the classroom across the hallway, to meet me in the basement restroom. A few minutes later, Logan walked in. We were joking around when he checked his phone and froze. "Dude, someone just said the school is going into lockdown." We didn't hear any announcements downstairs, so we didn't think much of it. We decided to peek upstairs to see what was happening. The moment we pushed open the basement door to the main hallway, we froze. The entire hallway was pitch black. Every light was off. Down the corridor, a tall man stepped out of the shadows. As he walked closer, we saw he was wearing a torn winter coat, matted hair, and no idea nothing like any staff member at our school. I whispered, "Go back." Now, he definitely saw us. We ran down the stairs and ducked into the basement restroom, turned off the lights, and squeezed into the last stall. The darkness was suffocating. Logan was trembling. Then, the door to the restroom opened. Footsteps came in, slow and dragging. A heavy breath filled the room, like someone who had just been running. He stopped right in front of our stall. Logan whispered, "Let's crawl to the next one." But in the absolute silence, his whisper echoed far too loudly. The breathing outside our stall stopped. The handle rattled violently. I shoved Logan forward, and we scrambled underneath into the next stall, then the next, finally slipping out on the opposite side. We burst out into the hallway. As the light hit the room, I saw the man standing in the corner, staring at us with wide, empty eyes. We sprinted to the nearest classroom. Miss Harris, our teacher downstairs, pulled us in and locked the door. When we told her what we saw, she turned pale and whispered that she had noticed something metallic sticking out of his coat pocket. We stayed locked inside for over an hour until police evacuated the building. They never confirmed whether they caught the intruder. To this day, I believe that if Logan hadn't crawled fast enough, that man would have opened the stall and killed us both. Story 2. The SUV. At Riverbend Middle School, my name is Lieutenant Charles Donovan, and I've served 18 years with the Pierce County Sheriff's Office in Wisconsin. The call that has stayed with me the most was a lockdown at Riverbend Middle School in late winter of 2021. A staff member reported a suspicious man stepping out of an old brown SUV behind the football field, then entering the back door near the boys' locker rooms. When I arrived, the SUV was empty, locked, and abandoned. Inside the school, all overhead lights had been turned off as part of lockdown protocol. My flashlight was the only source of light while I walked through the silent hallways. From inside the locker room, I heard it. Clink, metal scraping, soft taps against a locker door. I swept the light across the room. Every time I moved, the sound seemed to shift to the opposite side. Finally, I called out, "Police officer, identify yourself." A small voice answered, "Please, help me." I found a boy, about 12 years old, trapped inside a large athletic locker, banging desperately from the inside. He had a knife. "He told me not to scream," the boy said through tears. I radioed for backup, then ran outside to check the SUV again, but it was gone. That mistake still haunts me. I should have taken the plate number the moment I arrived. 3 days later, officers arrested a man matching the description at a gas station 40 miles away. He admitted he was looking for a quiet child to take with him. I've handled dozens of crimes in my career, but the thought of that boy trapped in the dark while a grown man tried to lead him away, that will never leave me. Story 3. Room 3. 17. At the Bright Oaks Inn. My name is Natalie Brooks, and this happened when I was 19, visiting Greenhill University in Virginia for a campus tour. I stayed alone at a small hotel nearby called Bright Oaks Inn. Around 9 p.m., a loud alarm suddenly blared through my room. The ceiling light began flashing white. A recorded message played on loop. "Attention all guests. Please remain inside your rooms. The hotel is in security lockdown." At first, I assumed it was a system test. Then my room phone rang. A woman from the front desk spoke in a quiet, controlled voice. "Natalie, do not panic. Please step out of your room immediately. Someone is inside your room with you. My body went cold. I looked under the bed, nothing. Bathroom empty. Then I noticed the closet door. It was open just an inch. Through the tiny crack, I saw half of someone's face staring right at me. The door suddenly slid shut. I bolted out of the room, screaming, and ran down the stairs to the lobby. The staff took me into the security office and replayed footage from earlier that evening. A man in a gray hoodie had been wandering the hallways, trying random door handles. When he reached my room, he used a stolen keycard to get in over an hour before the alarm started. He had been in the room while I showered, changed clothes, watched TV, just standing there in the dark. When police escorted him out in handcuffs, he turned his head and smiled at me like he'd been waiting for me to see him. I haven't stayed in a hotel alone ever since.